I want to begin this video by asking you guys a simple question. And I require a yes or no answer. Do you think IEBC, as currently constituted, can preside over a free, fair, and credible elections which is verifiable in this country?
Na hii inasema kwa Kiingereza, IEBC as presently constituted cannot preside over a free and fair election. It must be disbanded and be restructured in a dialogue of the people of Kenya. Na ukikataa tutakutana na tutakanyagana. Wapwani oriti huru.
Do you think they can preside over free, fair, credible, and verifiable elections in this country? Because that's the question which most Kenyans are currently asking. And news is emerging that the company Inform Lycos, which was awarded the 3 billion tender to supply the ballot papers. You know, we are going to have election and we are going to have ballot papers. I can't even imagine the number of aspirants we are going to have. The same company has been awarded the tender to also supply the printed register of voters. You know, per polling station, there should be a register of voters, people who are supposed to register across the country. It will also print that. The same company will also print statutory elections result declaration form. So this declaration form where results will be announced, where they will be declared. Then they will also print the election results declaration forms. So ultimately, the company has been awarded 3 billion tender to manage all the printed stationery aspect of this election. And it is now emerging that that company has direct links to Moses Masika Wetangula. And that in January, Moses Wetangula invited the 3 directors of that company to Kenya. They're actually, the company is based in Greek. He invited them to this country. That was in January. And in October, according to the information, the company was awarded this tender. And Junet Mohammed, who is a close ally of Raila Odinga, is asking IEBC to assure them that the election is actually going to be free and fair. These reports are actually in the Daily Nation. Let me just go through a bit of that report on the Daily Nation, because I want to look at why Raila Odinga is actually in panic, Raila Odinga's camp. The article says, Raila Odinga's Azimio la Umoja One Kenya coalition yesterday kicked up a storm over what it claimed was interference in the printing of this year's general election ballot papers by a close ally of the Deputy President William Ruto, whom it accused of frolicking with a group of Greek businessmen awarded the ballot tender in October last year. It's proceeding. The Odinga camp claimed that Bungoma Senator Moses Wetangula in January last year invited the 3 Greeks to Kenya to discuss investment opportunities, and that 9 months later, in October, October the same year, the same individuals landed the lucrative tender from Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission through their company, Inform Lycos Hellas SA Holdings. Document shows the Greek company was in October 2021 awarded the 3 billion contract by IEBC to supply and deliver ballot papers, a printed register of voters, stationary elections result declaration forms, all materials the nation understands are to be used, not understands. These are what is going to be used in this particular election. And if you go further, the article adds that yesterday the Azimio coalition party through Secretary General Junet Mohamed demanded that IEBC, in conjunction with the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission and the DCI, immediately commence full and thorough investigation on Senator Wetangula's relationship with Inform Lycos, and that immediate action be taken to protect the general election from interference through surreptitious introduction of electoral materials and other unlawful means. And there's a part they are saying that according to the plan, now this is the thing, they're saying the scheme, said Mr. Mohammed, is to be executed through printed electoral materials to be surreptitiously smuggled into the country through the Kenya-Uganda border in Bungoma with the aid of rogue and compromised officials. So the truth of the matter is that in case these allegations by Junet Mohamed are true, because Junet Mohamed is a close ally of Raila Odinga. Raila Odinga is being supported by President Uhuru Kenyatta. Junet Mohamed, in my view, cannot just wake up and make these kind of accusations. There must be certain political objectives behind the statement by Junet Mohamed. So in this video, I want us to try and look at the objective why Junet Mohamed is actually, the objectives which Junet Mohamed wanted to achieve by that particular statement. But before we get into all those details, in case you're watching this channel for the first time, I want you to take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to thank you guys for your continued support. Without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. And I want to make a request. Please just give this video thumbs up. Just give it thumbs up. That's the best way you can support the channel. Now, let us go into the details. Can IEBC in this country conduct a free, fair, and credible elections in this country? For me, the IEBC as currently constituted cannot preside over a free, fair, and credible elections. Kenyans are just going to go to the elections, the results will be announced, and the winner will rule from the ward level up to the national level. I don't think IEBC has the capacity to conduct a free, fair, and credible elections. I'm saying this because based on the way IEBC has conducted itself, a lot of questions are being asked. For example, if IEBC cannot verify a simple certificate, which is a basic requirement, if IEBC is required to verify that your certificate is valid, for them to notify that for them to clear you, why would they then claim that they don't have that capacity? So from the way they've been managing this, if you look at the way Nyambane's issue and the way Johnson Sakaja issue have been managed or handled, you can clearly tell that IEBC does not have capacity to conduct free, fair, and credible elections. And the truth of the matter is that IEBC, as currently constituted, is being controlled either by President Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga or by William Ruto and the brigades. So why do you think Junet Mohamed raised these issues? For me, Junet Mohamed is raising these issues, number one, for reverse psychology. Junet understands that IEBC is under strict instructions from William Ruto, and he also understands that IEBC, there are elements within IEBC who are keen on rigging the elections. And also, you know, that there could be some elements of truth about the fact that Moses Masika Wetangula actually has contact with these people. So what Junet Mohammed is saying is that it might not be bad for Wetangula to have contact with these people, but there must be an element of free, fair, and credible elections. So basically, it's telling IEBC that we already know the schemes, you already know the plans. So you must ensure that the elections are free and fair. So you must know that we know that once the materials are printed, we will be able to follow it up. I want to tend to think that it's probably a reverse psychology, and probably that reverse psychology is informed by intelligence report. Maybe the intelligence informed them of these schemes, so they're just preempting. I'm not so sure, because what I know is that all these companies, they always canvass. So if Moses Wetangula successfully canvassed for this company, I don't think that's a huge problem. The problem is how they are going to manage, how IEBC is going to conduct itself. So that's number one. Number two, Junet Mohammed is also raising the issue of ballot stuffing. The truth of the matter is that ballot stuffing is an old technique which has always been used in this country before to rig elections. There has always been the mulolongo, ballot stuffing, and lately the electronic. But because this election is going to be a game of numbers, and because this election, most parties will attempt or will make attempt to ensure that the votes which will be cast in their respective ballots count. So the idea of ballot stuffing is possible, because if, for example, this company has access to Wetangula, then they can say we will need 1 million. 1 million, for example, ballot papers for the president. Those ones they can get, because if they aided this company to win the tender, what will stop the company from getting them another extra 1 million? So once they have that 1 million, then they'll figure out how do we spread, for example, 500,000 or even 600,000 of those into the ballot. So they go and look around in their strongholds, where, for example, where, for example, Azimio is not strong, and they'll be stuffing 10, 20, 30, maybe 50 here, 20 there. So if you add, it will easily add up to that. That explains why in the last election, 1 million people woke up. 1 million people, Kenyans, just woke up, went to the polling stations, and voted only for the president. Remember, anytime you went to the polling booth, you were given the 5. Are they 5? The president, the governor, the senator, the women rep, the MP, and the MCA. Actually, you are given 6 papers, but 1 million people only voted for the presidency. So Junet Mohammed is doing a preemptive strategy here, so that if someone has that plan, then they should not attempt. They should know that the plan is already leaked. So I tend to think that Junet Mohammed is raising the issue of ballot stuffing just to alert these people that already they know the schemes. And basically, that's why sometimes I ask, how will Ruto win? If in the last election, 1 million people just woke up and voted for the president alone, no any other candidate, then you add to those other fake figures, the dead voters, So that's number one. Number two, I think it's about the security of electoral materials. That's the issue. If these election materials are going to be printed and they're going to be delivered into the country, is it possible that someone somewhere is scheming that some of them will go through through Uganda, Kenya border? So if someone is having that plan, they should know that the government is already aware. And those ballot papers, if someone is planning to use that route, will be caught up somewhere. So that's the thing. Security of the ballot papers. He just wants IEBC to ensure that at the end of the day, we are going to have the materials safe. Number 3 is IEBC as being compromised, putting them to their defense. For those who followed the last election, something very interesting took place. There were, because this company is going to print several papers, they are going to print the ballot papers, and also they are going to print the election results declaration forms. In the last election, there were instances where NASA supporters or NASA agents declined to sign the forms, or where they signed the forms, another form was produced showing totally different figures, especially after the petition. So which means those who printed the declaration forms, result declaration forms in the last election, were able to supply Jubilee with additional copies, so that where NASA agents were not cooperating, they were able to just have another copy and sign them. That is what Junet Mohammed is trying to raise here. The other issue is access to elections materials. Who has access to this election material? Will they be safe that once they are imported, because of course they'll have to be imported into the country, once they arrive into the country, they will be secure? I saw something, I really wanted to do an analysis on it, but I don't think it's necessary. If you go to Dennis Itumbi's wall, he's also making some weird statement that the Azimio are actually planning to, where is Itumbi? Okay. It's saying that there's a post, I think he has deleted it. No, he has not. So he's saying that the Hustler Nation Intelligence Bureau agents are reporting, number one, details of deep state ODM powered night meeting in Nakuru aimed at stealing votes, the old-fashioned way. The meeting was attended, and is giving people names of people who attended this meeting. It was attended by Arama, who is the member of parliament. It was held at Nakuru West, member of parliament, Arama's home. It was attended by chiefs, Lawrence Karanja, Agnes Njambi, women rep, MC aspirants, Lee Kinyanjui. Atuli was supposed to be the guest. You know, when the deep state wants to steal votes, they don't involve these people. There's no way you can have an MC aspirant attending a high-level meeting on how to steal election. I mean, it's not done like that. That's why I've not analyzed whatever he's trying to say here, because I'm looking at it, they're not making sense to me. That to the effect, to effect the plan, the meeting noted that IEBC insider was needed. The one contacted by the meeting agreed to the meeting, but on the condition that all aspirants be present. You know, you don't do things like that. You don't even involve IEBC when you want to do some of these schemes. You do them the way Jubilee did them in the last election. I don't know what you think, but that's my take. Thank you guys for taking your time to watch the channel. I want to really appreciate the support you give me on this channel, and it's not taken for granted. I take it seriously. We might agree, we might not disagree. I mean, we might agree to disagree, but I tend to feel that I owe you guys a lot. Thank you guys, and may you have a good day. Bye-bye.